Yep, rivets can be undone because mistakes are made, and we need to be able to fix our mistakes. So we're going to actually practice undoing each type of rivet we did. So remember, we've got the standard rivet, we've got the flush rivet, we've got the pull standard, and we've got the pull flush. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to drill a hole into the top of there, use our center punch to then pop the top off, and then use the punch to push the bottom part through. So then we'll leave our hole that'll look just like this for the next attempt. Does that all make sense? Hopefully it will after we get done doing it. Okay? So which one would you like to do first? Let's practice on the kind that are pull rivets, just like that. Okay? So normally you'd use a center punch to get a center hole, like on that dot. But that already has a center hole, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down our workpiece right on the edge. We're going to use our number 30 drill, that's the big one.
Make a hole for a Clico?
Nope. We're going to check our progress. Did we go very deep?
No.
Nope, so we got to keep going.
Why do we need to go very deep though?
Because we have to basically cut the rivet where it's doing its work. Hear that grinding? That's the steel part of the bit. Okay, that is almost deep enough. We'll go a little bit further. Oh, that just popped right through.
That's how you undo a rivet.
So those are the top and the bottom. It cut right through, and notice that the hole is the same hole that we had before. Okay, so now let's do one that's flush, like we're going to have to do on the piece that's already built. All right, Catherine, so I'm not going to hold the piece for you like I was holding it when I did the drill out. We're going to use a clamp so it's held in place. That way I can help you with the drill. So I'm going to lock this in place. I'm going to have you do the one right next to the one that I did, which is closest to the clamp. That'll keep it nice and stable right next to the table. Okay, so come over here so you can keep your drill bit at 90 degrees and go slow. It's working good. Take a quick break and see how it's doing. Ah, look at that, you're done. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to cut through the top of the drill bit just like that, or use the drill bit to cut right through the top of the rivet, and that locks it on. This is going to be warm, and then you typically have to use pliers, which I don't think I have any right here.
I think I might.
All right, let's use the pliers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to carefully grab it like this and twist it off of the drill bit. So we're not going to twist the drill bit. We're just going to probably go from the bottom on your side. That'll be easier so you have a better angle. There you go. And twist the other way. That's twisting it onto the drill bit. You're going to twist it counterclockwise.
It's kind of hard when it's angled.
Okay, let me have it real quick and I'll show you so that way you can see how it's
Kind of
supposed to be.
hard when it's angled.
Just a slow twist off. Just go little itty bits at a time. And that comes off. Now notice, there's the bottom of the rivet. There's the top of the rivet. And there's our clean hole. It's ready for another rivet. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next one.
Okay. It seems pretty easy.
There we go. Now you've got one on there, so grab it tight. Now I'll show you a trick. Is it loose? Now you can twist it off. You figured out the trick on your own. Good job. All right, so now we're going to learn how to do the other types of rivets, okay? So this one requires the center punch. So where do we put our center punch at? Right here on the table. We need to find the center point of the rivet. And I'll go to this one right here that's a little further out. We need to make a spot for our drill bit to go down into. But this is not the right size drill bit for those rivets. We got to go to the smaller drill bit, which is a number 40.
I don't get why a 40 is small. Because it's a bigger number than 30.
Well, it has to do with how they're coated. It's a gauge of metal. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap out the drill bits.
Aren't we supposed to have our eyes on?
We are supposed to have our eyes on.
Always wear your eyes when you are using electric tools like a drill.
All right, let me put my eyes on. Okay, so I've got that center punch. Put the drill bit on it. I'm going to go nice and slow. Notice I'm on an angle because I need to keep the drill right on the center of that rivet, and I'm putting force onto it to stay in the center. And this one, I stopped before I got all the way through because I'm going to take this center punch. We're going to twist off the top.
Interesting.
And then on the bottom of the rivet, we reach over here with our pliers.
I did it.
Force it through with a little bit of a tap. And now our hole is ready for another rivet.
Where did that bottom go?
It probably bounced off the floor and went crazy. We'll find it with the broom when we clean up tonight. So now I will use the center punch, this rivet, I'll let you practice doing that. Now what I want you to do is take and push this guy in there and see if you can twist that top off. It's not a twist sideways, it's a twist like a can opener. Don't use your fingernails for that, that's sharp metal. Is there enough of a lip for that to grab onto?
No.
Okay, so let's drill a little bit deeper. Okay.
No.
Let me try it. Not quite.
This one, I think, just doesn't want to cooperate with us.
If we do it too soon, we can stretch the metal. Okay, pause. Okay, you should be able to make that work. So push straight down and then push away from you. There you go. You just pulled the top off. Okay, now grab your center punch. Push. Strong spring in there, isn't it?
I so badly hate these center punches.
Okay, so now, because we scratched that metal, if we were going to keep using this on a real workpiece, we'd have to clean up the metal with Scotch-Brite pad to get that metal all smooth again. All right. Okay, Catherine, we've inspected the piece. We found some things we need to fix. We learned how to fix stuff. What do you think we should do first?
Fix the things we need to fix and rivet the other side where it needs to be riveted, and then go on from there.
So we fix our tail first, which sounds like a good idea. We'll finish up there, and then we'll go look at the plans to figure out what we'll do after that.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So You talked already about this page being like the dictionary page that tells us how to read the plans. The second page tells us all of the major assemblies. So these are all major assembly groups, and we have to build all of these trees before we can have a complete airplane at the end. But we're going to do these one thing at a time, and pretty soon these trees will get built, and we'll be able to have an airplane in parts and pieces that we put the parts and pieces together, and then it's all done. So like this is the tail. Part of the tail. Before we go to the fuselage or the engine, we have to have the airplane built. So as we look at the stabilizer, which is what this is right here, these are the assemblies that we've worked on, or that have already been worked on. The next thing we should probably go to is the wing. So we'll start down here at the main spar. We'll build the spar to then get the ribs, to then put the skin on it, and then we'll get the flaps and the ailerons, and then the wings will be done, and we'll have another major tree done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I kind of actually did want to start with the wings.
It's a great idea.
Because the tail is kind of already done. Well, sort of.
Ish.
Done-ish. Sort of done. Okay, sounds like we got a little bit of a plan in
I
place.
like it.
Thanks for watching.